Here are ancient civilizations that centuries separated them, but this same picture was discovered in every one of them. It's the oldest and the finest cosmic question of all. Are we alone in the universe? Given the fact that there are countless extraterrestrial worlds with conditions similar to Earth, almost anyone believes life on our planet is distinct with around 300 million worlds. Earth-like circumstances are spread out across the Milky Way, so a better inquiry could be, are we alone in the universe? Considering that we've already discovered 4,000 extrasolar planets and we have a census of the other stars. Hello and welcome to KYC News. Please don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon. First time we have seen the Milky Way galaxy to be aware that, on average, every single star has a planet orbiting it, and about approximately 1/5 of them have Earth-sized planets are orbiting them, so simply follow that the arithmetic we're discussing comes from 100 billion stars make up the Milky Way. We're talking about billions of galaxies here. Hypothetical planets the size of Earth, and I think we're the only ones who do this. Given the probabilities, consider this very absurd. Also, how many galaxies are contained the Hubble Space Telescope in view? There are around 100 billion. Calculate how many stars there are in galaxies. Exist any in the universe that can be seen? 100 billion galaxies multiplied by 100, we're talking billions of stars per galaxy. About a number inconceivable to human beings. Also, to think we're the only ones, I believe it would be better to murder us for more. Over 60 years was all we had to respond to this. The Drake equation was in dispute. Suggested that there were most likely 1 to 100 million planets, between 0.000000 and the Milky Way galaxy civilizations currently. Researchers at the University of Nottingham believes they have developed a fresh computation based on cosmic evolution that implies there are going to be at least 36 ongoing clever people in the Milky Way galaxy. Aliens with advanced civilizations are using the Kardashian scale. Order this is a technique for determining the sophistication of human technology advancement determined by the energy it is able to use. Well, first of all, we have to comprehend the degree of alien sophistication if we come into contact with another living form. I believe that in this century, we gathering signals from an extraterrestrial culture, extraordinary daily transmissions that they emit. And the initial impression want to do is help them understand their language, of course, but figure out at what level they are on the advanced. I'm a scientist, and we rate on the Kardashian scale items based on two criteria: energy and information is how we classify black people. So, according to how we rank stars, how we classify extraterrestrial civilizations, a category 1 civilization can thus, utilizing the strength of the planet they command, the climate, such as earthquakes, volcanoes, can change the song of geological occurrences of category 2, include the entire time stellar plays with stars. Stars consume all of the energy they have. A star's output that resembles Star Trek. The planets of the Federation have colonized the nearest stars, making a Type 2 appropriate. Sort of like Star Trek Kind 3, they would be cosmic and travel through space. Type 3 and space lanes would resemble galactic civilization in Star Wars. Late theoretical physicist from England Stephen Hawking urged us to put an end to contacting aliens before it's too late, as they might not end up being the cordial kind we desire. Hawking claimed that as I age, I am more and more certain than ever that we are unaccompanied. We could get a signal one day. For example, Calice 832c. Although we should exercise caution while responding if the galaxy is actually not our home. When a distant civilization has disease, intentions are already too negative toward us since we've already broadcast, it's late. For years, the position of the universe. To me, it seems very clear that we are most likely not alone. We believe we are special, but that's an indication of we are immature and rely entirely on technology. For 100 years, and it's evolving exponentially on a 3-year basis right now. Consider the timescale and what would occur. In a century or 1,000 years, a million or a billion years from now currently, the sun is rising relatively late. In the history of star formation, most of the sun's stars in the universe, some of them already established earlier, died, as you know, and turned into white dwarfs. Imagine that a culture similar to ours around a standard sun-like star having survived. They might already be a billion years old, and then envision a using wealthy technologies, akin to magic, which to us approximates God. We wouldn't be able to understand it in my opinion. We should be modest and adhere to. I think it would be best if we just listen to. If you choose not to talk, there is a danger. If you speak, there is a risk. If you speak too loudly, something awful could you, given the circumstances we find ourselves in the obscure, without proof, and can only estimate the alien population. There are civilizations in our galaxy as far back as few as a few to as many as 100 numerous worlds with advanced civilizations. Additionally, the Milky Way is a controversial, albeit a potential response. Almost no one thinks we're unique, and nevertheless, when it comes to our galaxy's technological civilization, maybe we are it, but I'm not sure. We believe we are the only ones in the visible cosmos that extends beyond you. Around 14 billion years of light are known. You already know, trip time, and more 46 billion years when taken into consideration the diameter increases as space expands of the universe that we can observe, such as 90 to 92 billion light years. That includes 100 trillion to 1 trillion galaxies and 100, billion stars apiece. Thus you're now conversing about from 10 to the 22nd and 10th with respect to the 23rd power stars, and nearly an equal numbers of planets similar to Earth. And afterwards, there might be additional intelligent life, but we might be the only one. Only individuals in the Milky Way galaxy, and I'd say there are only a few. But I definitely support the perspective that indicates that we are the only people in our own. Just because I don't see a human in galaxy intelligence as a natural talent, there is an evolutionary path. I mean, there are several arguments, starting with all told, there have been over 10 billion. There are no new species of life on Earth resembled us in terms of intelligence, and both mechanical aptitude and interest. Dolphins and whales are said to be average intelligence, but there isn't proof of their capacity for abstract thought. The idea that they're interested in it, they can't possibly create a world. Machines for studying the world. Then, after that fight, we arrived at approximately as early hominids only 4 or 5 million years ago, and as Homo only approximately 250,000 sapiens. Thus, for the vast majority of species, for the majority of Earth's history, a sophisticated alien flying by Earth would have stated that nothing exists, particularly mechanically or intellectually. Thirdly, it's unclear whether the evolution of intelligence is a long one. Advantage now that it's evident, and over the past 100 to 200 years, the lives of millions and hundreds of people, millions of individuals, but at the cost of maybe endangering ourselves. Some astronomers have recently tried to emphasize empirical data more. Why there are so many extraterrestrial civilizations, they have concentrated on two things in our galaxy. The likelihood of life starting is a vast uncertainty on worlds like Earth from inorganic circumstances for the biogenesis process. Therefore, the probability of intelligence, even with such predictions, and scientists still differ on the hand what they signify for living in other parts of the. When it comes to the issue, the cosmos, other civilizations exist in the Milky Way. Disparities within the scientific community, as has been noted, the sheer amount of planets similar to Earth. Thus we can't perhaps be alone themselves, while the other half, after all, needs concrete proof if the universe was alive with life. Assuming they are all aliens, the Fermi paradox, where the hell are they when they're so common? Moreover, research has recently become the investigation of alien intelligence has been monitoring the sky for true. We have only examined a few hundred lights years out, and just a small portion of the entire cosmos, only a small portion. These 100 billion and more stars, however, if the galaxy became overpopulated, extremely intelligent life, with some of it should have been far away, right? Superior to ours in terms of chemistry. Our galaxy's evolution was such that nuclear processing billions of years ago and gas clouds had formed from the stars. Following their explosion, rich sufficiently substantial substances to have developed, there may be planets that resemble Earth. Billions of years old civilizations more advanced than ours, and if you look at the exponential technological advancement among Homo sapiens in the recent 100 years, and you simply project that forward, there's no telling what they were capable of achieving even in 1,000 or 10,000 years, a million or 10 million or a billion years, and if they are able to do so of colonization and space travel, you can demonstrate that within 10 million there are undoubtedly 100 million years, the entire galaxy can be populated. So then you don't have to have tried to notice them after 100, or they'd already be thousands of light years away. Be here. Thank you for watching. Was it enjoyable? Then demonstrate your support by registering, ringing the doorbell, and activating never miss notifications videos such as this.
Yeah.